So I started building a team, It's kind of like...
Confidence, like personally or like on your sales calls or both?
They go together.
Of course, yeah.
So like the moment you start losing the confidence, like in yourself outside of the sales, you start losing the confidence in yourself on the sales calls as well, right?
Yep.
So I was like kind of, took a little bit step back. I hired one person. His name was Anthony. Shout out Anthony if you're watching this. Like this kid.
Anthony what?
Anthony Childress.
I don't know.
This guy was kind of like the exact reflection of me, bro. Like,
okay, really?
Like he was as much hungry, as much willing to work, and like
And Polish.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't Polish, but he was like one of the best hires that I ever did in my career. It's like, and it was the first guy that I ever hired.
Let me ask you about that, because I think there's more and more business owners coming to like my community, and one of the things that they've been wondering is like the hiring process. What did you look for? What did you see about him that you're like, this is the guy?
So, low ego.
Okay.
No ego. Willingness to learn.
Okay.
And the hunger.
Okay. So it was all soft skills. There was very little about his track record.
No, like honestly, like the best closers that I ever hired, like again in my career, they didn't have any skills whatsoever.
Very little skills, right? I've seen that.
To none.
I've seen that trend.
To none.
3, 2, 1.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Cafés for Closers. This time we have a Polish menace in the mix, and it's cool. Like we're down here in Colombia, and oddly enough, man, there's like a lot of our people from our network in Colombia this week.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I am surprised how many actually people are living over here.
Yeah, we went to a soccer game this weekend. It was 8 of us. All of us are in the remote high ticket sales space in some capacity. So I'm here with my man Conrad. Conrad and I met in a sales training program close to 3 years ago. I'll let him introduce himself. And what we're going to talk about today is how we both gone from closers to Conrad, the sales manager, and I went into growth operating, and now I do training and coaching, and kind of what we've learned throughout the hiring process throughout that journey. So without further ado, man, let us know who you are and kind of a little bit about you.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Conrad Zielinski. I've been in the high ticket space for the past 5 years or so.
5 years, huh?
Yeah, over 5 years right now. Yeah, I went pretty quickly from seller to closer to manager. I think everything happened in a span of 9 months, I believe.
No way.
And
nice.
Like kind of right now, I'm just focusing on publishing model, and you could say it's kind of like a growth operator where you go into the businesses, you take over the system, sales, and kind of take a little bit of the equity from the top.
Cool. Well, welcome. Stoked that you're here. So I didn't know that. So we've been in the space about the same time then. I didn't know that because I've been in the game for about 5-ish years, maybe probably longer now. I also started as a setter, got into closing. It took me about 2 years to get my first growth operating engagement.
Yeah.
What do you feel like helped you transcend so quick?
I think for me was kind of the opportunity that I had. So the way I got into this space is quite kind of a little bit unique because right now everybody is teaching closers to get on a good offers. The offer has to be doing at least XYZ amount per month. They have to have at least 3 closers who are making that much and that much. And the way I got into the space, I was just kind of willing to do anything. It's I found a guy who was doing I don't know, 10, 15K per month at the time that I started working with him.
Really?
Literally. I just was hitting everyone that I see running ads, right? Okay. And back in 2020.
Yeah.
Back in 2020, the big thing was the ManyChat ads.
The ManyChat ads?
Yeah, so basically how you're running the ads to the ManyChat, to the Facebook, basically Messenger, and setting the appointments, right? Setting the appointments for the reps to close, right? And this guy was running the ads and he was kind of doing the messaging with himself. At this level, 10, 15K per month, it was you cannot afford to set right.
Yeah, you're not doing that yet.
So kind of I just, kind of set up the meeting with him and I flipped the script. I closed him on giving me the opportunity.
Giving you a role.
Yeah, giving me
commission
the role.
only.
Commission only, yeah.
Setter.
And everything. I told him, hey, bro, just give me a chance. I'm going to do anything. I'm going to be setting the appointments. I'm going to be writing the emails. I'm going to be closing the program, the $500 program. Like he wasn't willing to give me a shot to close his high ticket. That was, $3,000.
Right. Because each of those deals is like a make or break month.
Exactly. At the 10, 15K per month level, like it's everything for it. Right. But I told him, hey, listen, you have a $500 course. Like whoever you're not going to close, just give him to me. I'm going to try them to sell $500 program. Yeah.
What offer was it?
It's Amazon. It was Amazon FBA. Yeah.
FBA. Okay.
Yeah. And long story short, he kind of gave me a chance because, again, it didn't cost him anything. There was only upside for him.
Yeah.
And I just was working like a fucking mad dog, man. Like I was waking up at 6, going sleep at 12, and like everything in between, I was just, setting appointments, writing emails, hopping on a call, trying to sell the $500 course. And we grew from the 10, 15K per month, where he was stuck for 3 months, to 80K per month the next month.
No way.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So at some point, like he just started to realize, hey, we are growing, right? So like he started giving me appointments for the high ticket and all of that. And then it took us from this 80K month to 250 another 7 months.
And it was just you?
It was just me doing everything.
So you were like
2-3 months into we started working together. We just hired a VA to help us to set up to help us, with kind of data collection, with setting the appointments. So I'm not gonna have to. I could focus more on the calls and stuff like that. But it took us basically 9 months to go from, again, in total 9 months from the moment we started working together, where we hit 250K per month, consistently.
So you were like his unicorn hire, right? Like, that's how I call it. Like
you could say that, yeah.
You essentially came in and scaled a business, essentially as a partner without partner compensation.
Yeah.
But I think like that's similar to what I did. And like in the beginning, you're doing everything. So in about 9 months, you got to about $250,000 a month. How did your at that level, your responsibilities change from like full stack closer to at that level? Like, what did you start doing?
So I don't think a lot changed at this point yet, because it was just me. It was still just me on the sales team. So I have been producing 250,000 month by month myself. It was, I think, for 2-3 months in a row.
Okay.
And then I realized it was just too much. Again, I was on the calls 7 days a week, 10 to 12 hours on a day. Literally, I got fat.
You got fat.
I got really fat.
If you can't see, he's shredded now.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I just realized I'm not gonna be able to keep it up,
And real quick, so at that level, what were you clearing in commission?
Over 30 per month.
Over 30. And that was within your first year?
Yeah.
Which is I think a good reminder of what it takes, right? I think there's a lot of closers that come in and don't want to work that hard and hit these big numbers. But at least it's such a good reminder of what it takes.
Yeah, but I think it's because they are being sold a lie.
Yeah.
Get into the high ticket sales, take calls from the beach and make take it per month. It's
I shit on that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it is a great industry. You can make a lot of money, but people don't realize how much work you have to put in at the very beginning.
In the beginning.
Because later on, once you have the name, once you have the reputation, once you actually have some skill set, and you have something to leverage, yes, you can be making much more money with the lower time investment, just like you are doing right now, right?
Yeah.
You have more skill sets, you're managing the teams, you're training the teams. So it doesn't take you, 10 hours a day anymore.
Right.
And you can make as much as you have been, doing the full-time sales. But it takes time to get to that point.
It takes time. There's no way around it. So after that 3rd month, so you were working 7-day weeks. You're starting to, you got a little fat. What?
It wasn't a little.
You got how much you put on?
Shit, dude, 30 pounds.
No way.
30 pounds. I was really chubby, man.
And then what happened after that?
Yeah, so I realized it's not something that I'm gonna be able to keep up.
Yeah.
I felt the energy dropping. I felt I'm feeling bad about myself.
Yeah.
The kind of given the look, the confidence wasn't there anymore. It started to drop as well. So I started building a team. It's kind of
confidence, personally or on your sales calls or both.
They go together,
of course. Yeah.
So the moment you start losing the confidence, in yourself outside of the sales, you start losing the confidence in yourself on the sales calls as well, right?
Yep.
So I was kind of took a little bit step back. I hired one person, His name was Anthony. Shout out Anthony if you're watching this. Like this kid.
Anthony what?
Anthony Childress.
I don't know.
This guy was kind of like the exact reflection of me, bro. Like,
okay, really?
Like he was as much hungry, as much willing to work, and like
and Polish.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't Polish. Yeah, but he was like one of the best hires that I ever did in my career. It's like, and it was the first guy that I ever hired.
Let me ask you about that, because I think there's more and more business owners coming to like my community, and one of the things that they've been wondering is like the hiring process. What did you look for? What did you see about him that you're like, this is the guy?
So, low ego.
Okay.
No ego. Willingness to learn.
Okay.
And the hunger.
Okay. So it was all soft skills. It was very little about his track record.
No, like honestly, like the best closers that I ever hired, like again in my career, they didn't have any skills whatsoever.
Very little skills, right? I've seen that.
To none.
I've seen that trend.
To none. So the first guy, Anthony, like he had zero sales skills. Like I just trained him up. Like he went from 0 to KPIs within a week, just on his script, and again, and the willingness to learn. Yeah. I mean, bro, it sells. Like people are making it like so complicated.
So complicated.
It's basics. Just
follow the script initially, right? Not saying always. Initially, follow what's already been proven, and just do it for an extended period of time and actually put some fucking effort in.
That's it. That's all. That's all it is.
Okay, so like the green flags were like his soft skills.
No ego. Willingness to learn. Like basically being coachable.
Yeah.
And this comes together, like because like you're not gonna find someone coachable who has ego,
right?
They always will they know better, right?
Yeah.
But no ego, willingness to learn, and just the pure hunger. Like you have to see it in their eyes that they're gonna be actually walking the talk. Because a lot of people, you talk to them, they're on their interview, they're gonna say, I'm willing to do everything, and the moment they are hired, it's just like, let's just say 50 minutes after, they have to punch out, like you're not going to be able to reach them.
You don't hear from. But how did you pick that up? Like you personally, I have my own process, but in the hiring process, how did you pick up, oh, this kid's hungry?
Like, I think, like I haven't been doing the interviews. I was kind of like doing kind of like a meet and greets. So like I like for the Anthony is I kind of connected with him through one of my early coaches, and I just talked to him about the game, and I just told him like, hey, listen, this is what I'm doing, is like we're doing this much and this much, and I kind of didn't tell him that like I'm looking for someone, but throughout the conversation I kind of felt that he is looking for something and that he's willing to actually, put in the work. So like I told him like, hey, listen, we might be looking for someone, and like if you're open, I'm gonna give you a shot. And like he was just kind of open to it, and it kind of happened naturally.
Yeah.
So
So it was the soft skills that you brought him on, and then what role did he then step into?
Closer right away.
Right away into closing.
Yeah.
So did you have someone setting for him, or was he doing like full cycle? Or
no, he was just closing.
Just closing.
Yeah. So like at this point, we have been doing like consistently, like again for like 200, 250 per month. I think it was like 2 or 3 months in a row
that you were bringing in.
That I was bringing in. Yeah.
So then this guy came on.
Yeah. So we already had 2 sellers in a DMs.
In the game.
Yeah. So it's kind of like we had that part taken care of. And I just told him, hey, listen, man, come in and just, take 2-3 calls a day. Like I didn't give him like a full calendar right away, right?
Sure.
Just, needed to test him out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I needed some workload off my shoulders, you know? So I started giving him like, 2-3 calls a day.
Yeah.
And again, like within a week on just a script, and some like and on the script and some coaching sessions from me, like he started hitting KPIs. So I started giving him more and more calls.
In a week. Wow.
Within a week. So like this is kind of like the this is the code that I live by. Like whenever I'm hiring is a trial by fire. It's like the best closers that I ever hired. Like they have been closing within the first 2-3 days. getting on an offer. So like I hire someone, I give them everything that they need in terms of the onboarding, like the scripts, closed calls, kind of expectations, SOPs. Basically, they have a full course on what they need to start kind of closing on our offer and how to do it the most efficiently. It takes like 2 hours to go over it. Yeah. And you can go over, as many times as you need. Then I just connect with them. I just ask them a couple of questions about what they went over. If they answer correctly, like I'm just giving the calls.
So real quick,
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Like just to continue. And the best closers I ever hire, like they close always within the first 2 or 3 calls.
First 2 to 3 calls.
Yeah.
Nice. That's where, I think, as I was talking to Joel Elster about this, like attrition in our industry is very high. And you outlined, like, it's easy to say you just throw them in the deep end.
Yeah.
But you also had the onboarding process fleshed out.
Yeah. You have to throw them in the deep end, but, give them a life vest.
Give some floaties or something. They have to know how to swim.
Yeah.
And then you think, like, so because that's, I think a lot of offer owners skip that process. Yeah. And one of the things that you said was really key is expectation setting.
Yeah.
Having clear expectations, clear accountability for a feedback loop. Yeah. Then also the tools to like, hey, this is what works on this offer. Do it, follow it this way, put some numbers on the board, then find your unique way about it. Yeah. But you don't need to get overcomplicated.
Yeah.
Okay. So they came on. He hit KPIs in a week. Where'd you guys go 3 months later?
Like then we went from 250 to like consistent 600 within the next 4 months.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Just you two?
No. So like a 2-3 months later, I hired another person, but like this person wasn't as unique. To be honest, I don't even remember his name anymore. Yeah. So like with the hires, sometimes you miss some,
Yeah. What do you think was about them that didn't work out?
I think there was this ego. It was like they were good, but they were just good. There are people. There are people who are exceptional.
Yeah.
Like, and you can feel like once you speak with them, right?
Yeah.
And once you see how they carry themselves, like once you see the work ethic, and there are just people who are just kind of good, kind of mediocre.
I'm processing it now, but I feel like the 10K per month closer is dangerous.
Oh yeah, this is the most dangerous place that it can be at, to be honest.
Like, because they think they're good.
They think they're shit.
They think they're the shit because they might be good amongst their peers.
Yeah.
And so while they have some form of track record, then the ego kicks in and the lack of coachability.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of people get stuck there.
Yeah. I think that is the most dangerous place to be at because we are human beings at the end of the day, and we have this thing inside us that makes us try to compare ourselves like to the other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at the 10K per month mark, like you are doing better than most people around you, like in your close circle, right? Like you may not be doing better than people, online who are doing, 20, 30, 40, 50K per month, as a closer. But at this point, probably you're doing the most amount of money from the people, from the closest circle.
From your circle.
So like kind of surrounding yourself like with the people who are not making as much, like that are kind of close to you. And I'm just speaking from the personal experience. It's like it keeps you kind of stuck.
It does, and part of it is like, at least my journey, because I got to about 8 to 10 to 12K quite quickly, and I thought I was doing great. I'm like, dude, I have this remote job. I take 5 calls a day. Like, this is sick. I'm traveling, and my friend group, like, we all had just started. But we weren't exposed to online communities yet until one of my friends found, I think it was Matt Ryder's stuff, and joined NEPQ. And then all of a sudden he called me. He's like, dude, there's guys making like 30 grand in here. And I was like,
what?
Is that no shot? You're because if you don't believe it, right?
Yeah.
That's not true. And then like he had like a few months later, he had like a 24K commission month. And I was like, okay, like I gotta be exposed to this.
Yeah.
But I didn't know until like, thankfully that happened, or else, I might have been complacent for a bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and so, okay, so that hire didn't work, but you guys scaled up. And now
it did work. Like, it was just it was just a hire,
Okay. He
Like,
he performed, but he wasn't like your unicorn.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, when you were operating between 6 and you said about 800 per month.
Yeah.
What did you learn?
Around 600.
Oh, it was around 600. Okay. What did you learn at that point around retention and motivating a team?
So there's 2 ways that you can recognize people, that you can kind of retain people. So it's the financial recognition and the actual recognition, like outside of like something aside money, right? So it can be then awards, or it can be buying a dinner, or just calling someone out on a sales meeting. Hey, the last week, you did amazing.
Yeah.
And people kind of like hearing praises about themselves. So like if someone is being recognized consistently, monetarily and non-monetarily, plus if they believe in the mission of the company, like they're not gonna go anywhere.
Right. Well, one thing I noticed, I mean, I think all of us salespeople, well, we have high egos, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I've noticed, even on my own journey, like reflecting on myself, is like, there's those days that you had, back-to-back closes. And that motivates you. You get the dopamine hit. But when your like team acknowledges you, it's just like it's different. It's so different. And that, I think that, like bringing that to light is very important. So there's what were some of the bigger bonuses, or the more unique bonuses that you guys did for your team?
Bonuses is like I have a daily bonuses right now for my team.
Daily, nice.
It's like even something simple, let's just say this today, like if we hit, this and this much revenue, like shots on me, It's like, and what's funny is like on the offer that I'm managing right now is I have 4 closers that are from the same city.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's like whenever I say, it's like, let's just say, shots on me, like they can actually send me a picture, the shots after the war.
and then they get a pass if they're hungover the next day.
Yeah.
So on that, I think that's why in-person sales teams can be so effective.
Yeah.
How have you found like creating and maintaining culture with like remote teams?
I mean, everything starts with you at the end of the day, right? It's like you need to set a certain set of standards, and you have to hold people accountable to them.
The accountability is huge.
Yeah, like if you set the standard, but if someone is slipping off and you just kind of let it be, you are not holding them accountable. Not even in a bad way where just gonna fire someone right away, but kind of call it out publicly.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna respect you. If they're not gonna respect you, they're not gonna respect the vision of the company. If they're not gonna respect the vision of the company, at the end of the day, the culture is gonna start collapsing, right?
Yeah.
And to be honest, like I learned it the hard way. It's like whenever I started bringing more and more people to this team, it was kind of like I didn't know how to lead people. Like I knew how to sell. It's like I was in the calls like all day, every day. I was fucking selfish. Sorry, I'm not sure how PG that is.
I curse a little bit.
Yeah. So this is like a big shift that you have to make. Like whenever you are going from the closer to manager, it's like you have to, go from being selfish, where you have to just take care of yourself, because you eat what you kill, right?
Right.
It's like you have to go to selfless, right? Like right now, everything is not about you; it's about the people that you lead, right? Like again, if one person on the team is kind of making the culture drop a little bit, go by the way, like you have to either help them raise them up or just kind of get rid of them, because like they can affect the whole team as well.
Yeah, it's contagious.
The
bad apples are contagious. It spreads like a cancer.
Yeah.
So a couple things there, because one of I think I was in a mastermind with Patrick Galang. You know Patrick, right?
Yeah. I met him on a SalesCon this year.
Patrick Galang was at SalesCon?
Yeah.
How did I not meet him? Huh. Anyway.
You sure?
The Australian.
Yeah. Patrick Galang?
Galang, yeah.
Oh, no.
You met Patrick Jones.
Yeah, my bad.
Patrick Jones. Patrick Galang, I love his content. So I was in the collective and I met, I think it was James Lawrence, and we were having a discussion around like becoming sales managers. And one thing that always stuck with me was like, what makes you a good closer doesn't make you a good manager.
No.
And one of the things you nailed is like becoming selfless, right? Because you're no longer an independent contributor. You're now responsible for leading the team.
Yeah.
What are some other like hard or soft skills that you needed to develop to be able to lead teams properly?
Shit, that is a good question. It's kind of hard to answer, to be honest. It's like, what are the soft skills? Like, what would you say is a soft skill?
Like your ability to, I guess, listen more effectively, or to identify someone's like deeper motivators.
Oh yeah. So kind of like knowing what makes people tick. It's like, because again, it's not always going to be about money, right?
Right.
It's like you need to know how to listen, and you need to actually care about people that are on your team, right? So it's like, and this is actually, I learned something from Dean Kozora, and I've been with Dean for quite a while in the Harley selling. It's like, if your closers have like family members, like what are the names? Do they have dogs? What is the name of the dog? Do they have kids? Do you know like their kid's birthday or like whatever, you know? It's just kind of...
Wow. So are you being mentored by Dean still?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. And so that's cool, because Mason, a really good friend of mine who also coaches in my program, is being mentored by Dean to become more of like a fractional manager.
Yeah.
Those like little things that you don't even think about.
Yeah.
Right? Like just putting like the kids, like your salesperson's kids' birthdays in your calendar.
Just remind, and just, send something small for their birthday,
Oh, that's cool. Okay. So that helps.
Just so people see that, they're not just a cog in the machine.
Right.
That they're a part of something bigger, that takes care of them,
That's huge.
That cares about them.
Yeah. The relationship is so important. Because I think that's one of the things that's been interesting about being remote only. I find myself, I don't question my work efficiency, but I do, like, there is less camaraderie.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because, like, you get some, like, praise on Slack.
Yeah.
Right? But you're not, like, in the same room, like, ringing bells and stuff.
Yeah, high-fiving each other.
Yeah. Going out for a beer after. So, and then, I think part of, like, well, I mean, this episode, I don't want it to be about my journey necessarily, but I decided to go the growth operating route, because management, like, I was closing at a very high percentage. I was making pretty good money. It's like clearing about 20-25 grand in comms. But then, like, the idea of having to manage 6 people, 8 people, like, manage people like me that just wanted to be an independent contributor.
Yeah.
Right. That, like, were high, like, their emotions are highly dependent on their performance that day.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, maybe not everybody, but me. Like, the idea of having to manage multiple people, and I think part of it, like, my resistance was my partner at the time. She was managing more of like an enterprise, or she was in enterprise sales, and she had, I think, 3 or 4 full-time account executives and a team of, I think it was like 6 SDRs. And that woman's stress for that year, even though she was making really good money, like, she ended up quitting. Once I started making, like, more and more money, like, I was like, you should quit and just, like, relax, because that year she was so stressed out. And it was because, as good of a producer that she was, and as hard as she tried to teach others, at the end of the day, there's things that were outside of her control.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that could have been solved in the hiring process, which she wasn't, for some reason within the organization, wasn't involved in it, because the owner and their revenue operator, for some reason, were really attached and wanted to control the hiring process. But then they also hired the wrong people that, like, culturally and skill-wise, but I think ultimately, like, their ability to take ownership just wasn't there.
Yeah.
And so then the lagging indicator of that was, like, all her training and coaching just wasn't being implemented quickly.
Yeah.
And then who took the heat? Like the sales director did, right?
Yeah,
because
sure.
her team wasn't performing.
I mean, I can't imagine being a sales director or manager on the corporate level, to be honest. It's like you have someone else hiring people for you that you have to train, coach, and you cannot fire them if they are not performing.
Right. And and like when I was like reviewing some of her team's calls, I was like, why is this guy still on the team?
Yeah.
She's like, because like firing is a nightmare. Right? Like we have to go through HR, we have to find certain pieces of proof and then start the like offboarding, firing process. And even then it's going to take time.
Yeah.
And we have to do it right because if we do it the wrong way, like there's like liability.
Suicides and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like can literally just take off someone from the calendar and just
right. In our industry, it's like, hey, you're out, you know. But so that always like steered me away from management, and I got into growth operating. But there are elements of recruiting and management in growth operating, but I feel like it really flexed my skills more as like an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
like everything from top of funnel to systems. There was training and like script writing and coaching elements, like once I brought on like the setters and the other closer. But it was much less dependent. I think I also like found a niche with like businesses doing between like 50 and 150 a month that wasn't yet like corporatized and didn't have like a huge sales team. So, I mean, maybe it's just my perspective.
I mean, like for the growth operator, I think that is the best level to enter at.
Yeah.
Because like they have something proven already.
Yeah.
But they do not have enough systems to scale it today, 200, 300, 400, 500. You know, it's like, and given that you had done it before, you just come in and see like what's missing and just kind of, fill the holes pretty quickly.
Yep. And so that we kind of covered retention and I guess the overall ups and downs of management. When it comes to like letting people go and firing, I don't have that much experience with like letting people go, like, because the teams I've been brought onto were pretty small, and if we had to let someone go, like, it's like one person on that team. Mm-hmm. And me personally, I look at how quick they are to implement the coaching and the training I give them.
Yeah,
and I'm really looking at their soft skills. Like we're in the process of letting go one of the sales reps, one of the teams that just hired me, and it's because like after two training sessions with me, I give him clear homework and clear things to implement. Like he just wasn't doing it. And I'm like, we're clipping this, Yeah. Then the owner was like, well, why are we doing that? Like he's loyal, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, this is a huge red flag for me. Like we want to move fast. Like these are people we can't have on the team. Versus another team I have, because the owners are paying for training from me. Like the sales reps didn't hire me. The other team, the guys are just so grateful and they're so quick to implement.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've already increased their close rate tremendously. And they have a setter that has been underperforming. Mm-hmm. But he comes to the sessions prepared. He asks the right questions and he just hasn't been trained. And there was no accountability. Mm-hmm. So like, of course, he doesn't know what to do. And looking at the numbers, I was like, okay, biggest bottleneck right here is your output. How can I support you to schedule yourself in a way that you're going to maintain a high level of output? He's a setter, right? He's an outbound dialer. And so like we're already starting to see him like, improving. Yeah. So I think you'd agree, like if we can improve versus like let someone go and have to rehire, like there's always
like, I mean, like with all of the people that I hired, even before I fired them, like I have been giving like all of the chances possible, to keep them on a team and give them everything that is required for them to have in terms of the support, material, coaching, for them to start performing, mm-hmm. right? So like the firing was always the last resort.
Yeah.
Right? Because like I believe people can be trained, like everybody can be trained, but there needs to be equal level of kind of commitment from their side as well. Like if you are giving 100% of the commitment, to them in order to train them up, like there has to be equal level of the commitment from their side to be willing to learn and kind of improve.
So when you have let people go, how have you gone about that process?
I always try to end it on the good terms. Yeah. It's like whenever I had to let someone go, I always connected with them.
Sure.
And just told them, hey, listen, I gave you, every chance possible, for you to start performing. And, at this point, we just have to, go our separate ways. But if you need any support in the future, like I'm going to be more than happy to help you,
Sure.
And that's pretty much it. It's like, I always framed it in a way like, hey, listen, I have to have the best interest of the company. Like I care about you as a person, but I have the commitment to the company, and I have to have the best interest of the company in my heart as well, right?
Yeah.
And in the best interest of the company is like, I cannot keep you on a team at this time, because it's kind of slowing us down a little bit. Unless it happened like 2 or 3 times over the course of my career, where it was just a bad culture fit, as like a high ego and not that good of a performance, and that combo is kind of bad. So
then you're like allowing mediocrity.
So I just like, hey, listen, it's just not working out, and that's pretty much it.
I guess also in that, like, what was like,
and just to add on top of that, it happened to me that I rehired the same person.
Really?
Yeah. So I actually recently rehired a rep that I fired 7 months ago, and right now she came to the team and she's crushing.
What was the biggest shift? Like, I guess. Well, I get why did you give her another shot?
I just spoke like I'm staying with touch with a lot of people, and just kind of needed another person. Like right now, because we kind of starting scaling a little bit more. So I needed another person on the calendar, and I just thought of her, to be honest. Like I just hit her up, just kind of talked for a while, asked how the life has been. We connected over the Zoom. It's like, hey, the conversation right now is completely different to the conversation that we had 7 months ago. What happened? And she just kind of told me that she went on some more coaching. Like she realized like what kind of mistakes she has been doing, and stuff like that. And I was like, damn, wanna hop on the team? I was like, sure. And like she came in, like right now she started to crush. The first week she did like fucking $30,000. So
nice.
Yeah.
That's great. That kind of brings up actually one of my he's a full stack rep now, but he was a setter at the time. I brought him on one of my offers, and I don't know if it was a culture fit. Like he had the skill set, but I think it was maybe not a culture fit. I just don't think it was the offer for him. I really wanted it to be, because great work ethic, very well organized, very data oriented. I don't think it was the offer for him. And then the owner was really riding me about like, hey, I don't think this guy's it. And I was like, well, give him time. And he didn't really, over that first month, like it didn't really click. So we ended up parting ways. But I just placed him on another offer where he's now setting and closing. He's actually closed a bunch of deals already. So it's like a $3,000 ticket. But I think for him, it's a great pathway to closing. But it was also like kind of just a reminder too. There's multiple factors of why someone won't perform, but at no point was his ego or was coachability of something I was questioning.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be stuff like outside of the actual skills, you know? Like sometimes the performance of the rep is going to start dropping because of the things that are happening in his life, and you're not going to coach that up. You have to kind of support that at the end of the day. Like, again, like the people that are on your team, like they have to know that they are being cared about, right? Because like if you care about people, like even if you have to take someone off from the calendar because they, underperforming, you can always say, hey, listen, like I'm here for you, like anything you need, like just take care of the stuff that you need to take care of. I have to take you off the calendar for now because like I have to keep the best interest of the company like in my mind.
Especially you guys are spending money on ads.
But again, like you're still on the team. Like once you figure this stuff out, let me know. So I'm gonna add you back, and then we're gonna see like where you're gonna go from there. Right. Okay. And if that happens, you're gonna add them back to the calendar. They're still underperforming. It's like sometimes you have to let the people go, right? But again, like then you cannot say that like I haven't been doing everything that is in my power to kind of help you out.
Cool. We could talk a little bit about comp models, but I think that's pretty straightforward. What other like golden nuggets would you share based on your journey, based on your experiencing now managing 3 teams, right?
Correct.
14 reps, I think you said.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, yeah. What have you learned, or what other nuggets would you want to share?
About what specifically?
I think management, like going from like top producer to manager and now managing 14 people. Like, I guess my first question is like, how do you manage 3 teams at once without losing your mind?
I'm asking myself that question every day, bro, to be honest. Yeah. At some point you need to start creating, the leadership under you as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so I have someone who is helping me out on a day-to-day as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to learn how to hire people also for outsourcing the stuff that kind of takes a lot of time. So like getting all of the data in, like day to day from the reps, going all of the AODs, is like putting the numbers on the trackers and all of that. Is like I have people taking care of that for me.
Okay.
It's just so I can open 1, 2, 3 tabs, at the beginning of the day, see the numbers, see what's up, and just kind of based on the numbers make executive decisions, for the rest of the day. So we have a daily meetings where we go over the numbers. Based on those numbers, it's a kind of like I can start creating different plans for the different plans and different projections for the week, for the month, and so on and so on. And then it's just kind of having that proper leadership under me that helps me with the sales teams.
So delegating is another skill that you've developed.
Delegating, yeah.
Well, also on that note too is that I learned this from Marco Cortese, like when I was doing NEPQ years ago. Over 20K per month in our industry, one of the most important skills is time management.
It is.
And you're a business owner, whether you're a manager, growth operator, or just a high performing rep, you're a business owner.
You have so many hours during the day, man.
Yep.
It's like you have to learn how to delegate and outsource the tasks that are not bringing direct ROI for you.
Well, that's some solid insight. I think too, it's cool, like for business owners who are, because I work with a lot of guys that are between 30 and 80 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had one guy that was about 30K. He just had a 55K month. Our second month working together, because we implemented triaging. We helped him with his closing. And like for them to learn, because a lot of those guys, they hire business coaches who have experience in generalized like scaling businesses, but no hyper targeted experience in like high performing sales, like high performing closing or management. So I think when they learn from like people like us, I think it gives them a real insight to kind of what it takes to build a team, lead a team, or even cross that 100K line. Sweet. So thanks for being here, man. If you are an owner operator, you have a coaching business or an agency or some form of info product, and you're anywhere between 30 and 80K a month, you're still taking your own calls, or you have like the foundation of a sales team, maybe a setter, maybe your first closer, subscribe. I'm going to be putting more of this stuff out. And I'll put a link somewhere here too for my calendar. I audit sales teams and sales processes, give you some feedback on that before we even have a chat about working together. And of course, if you're a closer that you want to get better at closing, but you also have like this eye to expand, into management or some form of entrepreneurship within your career, feel free to book a call with me or just subscribe for more of this content. And we'll see you on the other side. Also follow on Instagram, Andres_Piff Poppy. If you don't know what Piff is, you're probably not going to make it very far in this industry.
Probably should give him a call.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.